The historical mistrust that exists between Iran and the US stems from past experiences.
Donald Trump said the US was holding direct talks with Iran. The aim, a deal over Tehran's nuclear program.
Doing a deal would be preferable to doing the obvious. And we're dealing with them directly.
Tensions between the U.S. and Iran are growing as the Islamic Revolutionary Guard is now on high alert amid an increasing American military presence in the Middle East.
We have weaponry that nobody has any idea what it is, and it is the most powerful weapons in the world that we have. More powerful than anybody, not even close.
The United States is significantly ramping up its military presence in the Middle East in response to escalating tensions with Iran and persistent Houthi attacks in the Red Sea. This extensive military buildup includes the deployment of missile defense systems, strategic bombers, aircraft carriers, and strike groups extending from the Red Sea to Diego Garcia. A closer look at this deployment reveals just how serious the situation has become. Carrier strike groups, USS Vinson and USS Harry S. Truman. Two major U.S. Navy aircraft carrier strike groups are currently deployed in the region. The USS Harry S. Truman has had its deployment extended, while the USS Vinson has recently arrived, fully equipped with fighter jets, including A-10 Thunderbolt Tutus and additional F/A-18S, capable of providing sustained air support in the event of conflict. These strike groups enhance the U.S. ability to deter Iranian maritime provocations and respond to threats, including Houthi attacks on vessels in the Red Sea, massive equipment transfers, and missile defense. The U.S. military has also shifted substantial equipment from the Pacific to the Middle East, including a full Patriot air defense battalion moved via 73 C-17 Globemaster flights. This logistical feat underscores the scale of the military buildup ahead of critical nuclear negotiations with Iran. Admiral Samuel Paparo, commander of U.S. Indo-Pacific Command, described the operation as a major logistical challenge. Each C-17 flight carried approximately 170,000 pounds of cargo, including components of the sophisticated missile defense system known as the COLEX. While the exact location of the Patriot battalion remains undisclosed, its redeployment coincides with increased U.S. strikes against Houthi rebels in Yemen. In addition, B-2 Spirit stealth bombers have been deployed to Diego Garcia, putting Iranian targets within range. These nuclear-capable bombers are designed for deep penetration missions and serve as a cornerstone of U.S. deterrence strategy. Currently, over 40,000 U.S. troops are stationed across the Middle East, a scale of mobilization not seen in recent years. Strategic messaging, a warning to Iran. The expanded military presence, including the continued deployment of the USS Harry S. Truman, the arrival of additional strike groups, stealth bombers, A-10 aircraft, and the movement of the Patriot system sends a clear message. Iran must tread carefully. What's driving this tension? The roots of the current standoff trace back to the Trump administration's withdrawal from the Obama-era nuclear deal, which had imposed restrictions and inspection protocols on Iran's nuclear program. U.S. officials criticized the agreement as fundamentally flawed for failing to block Iran's path to nuclear weapons. Globally, there are approximately 12,330 nuclear warheads, with Russia and the United States holding about 88% of them. China, which now has around 600 warheads, 3 times what the Pentagon estimated in 2020, is rapidly expanding its arsenal in line with President Xi Jinping's goal of building a world-class military by 2049. While the U.S. continues to gradually reduce its nuclear stockpile, other nations including China, India, North Korea, Pakistan, the UK, and possibly Russia are expanding theirs. Iran, meanwhile, has ignored U.S. proposals and continues its nuclear development. Diplomatic efforts and sanctions, there is still a chance for diplomacy. Talks are currently underway in Oman, led by Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi and U.S. Presidential Envoy Steve Witkoff. These discussions could either lead to a breakthrough or fall into deadlock due to deeply rooted disagreements. To increase pressure, the U.S. Treasury has imposed sanctions on an Indian national and 4 companies based in the UAE for helping Iran bypass existing sanctions. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent stated that Iran relies on rogue intermediaries to sell oil and finance destabilizing activities. Despite these economic pressures, Iran has signaled its willingness to participate in the talks, expressing serious and open intent. U.S. air power, A-10s, B-2s, and more. If diplomacy fails, the United States is prepared to respond militarily. President Trump has already warned that Iran would be in grave danger if talks break down. The deployment of advanced military assets reinforces Washington's readiness to escalate, while also boosting allied defense systems against potential Iranian retaliation.